Alright. Done. We're done. It's 2:30. Lost another 15 minutes. But I did set my GPS. It says we have 602 kilometers to go to the campsite that I've put in as our GPS destination. It says we're gonna be there at 11 o'clock and 1 minute, 11:01. 8 hours and 32 minutes for 602 kilometers. Now I think the ADX can be a little bit quicker than that, but we're gonna see. And once again, we're hitting Giurgiu and the border with Bulgaria. Now I'm led to believe that currently at the border it's a complete shit show because of working on the bridge over the Danube, and plus it's summer. A lot of people are going to Greece for vacations and to Bulgaria for vacations, and I'm kind of led to believe the border crossing is a total shit show. So I'm gonna fuel up and go to a bio break right before the border. There's a fuel station right before the border. And then I'm gonna try to make my way up to the front as quickly as possible. We've only been on the road for 15 minutes, so it's 3:20, so almost an hour now, and we have covered about 70 kilometers, so things are going good. Our estimated time still hasn't changed. It's still 11 o'clock, but we'll see once we get past the border, because I see some yellow, I see some red. The GPS is probably calculating some delays. Hopefully, with the advantages of being on a little scooter, I can make up some time, because I am gonna lose some time on the highways. This thing is calculating that I'm riding at 120, 130 kilometers an hour, which I am not, because the ADX isn't capable of those kinds of speeds, but it has been able to maintain 105, 110. That's indicated speed. GPS is about 95 to 100 kilometers an hour, so around 60, 63 miles an hour. Alright, so I absolutely brimmed the tank, and when I say absolutely brimmed the tank, I brimmed the tank. We got 15 liters of fuel, or even more if it holds more. I don't know for certain exactly how much it holds. Probably 15 and a bit. That's how they usually go. Reset my trip meter. Yes, it's on 0. Unfortunately, there's a queue at the restroom, so I'm not gonna be sitting around here in a queue. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go through the border crossing and then stop for a bio break somewhere in the bushes once we get in Bulgaria. But I'm not sitting around here for 10 or 15 minutes to go to the bathroom. We ain't got time for that. Alright, let's... all these trucks I can't see. Let's see what kind of shit show we see here. It's all in red, and it says delay of about half an hour. Oh, no delay of half an hour. I am blasting through because I don't have to pay bridge tax, I don't have to pay Bulgarian vignette, and it's warm outside. I don't have air conditioning. I can't stay around here in the sun. Oh, come on, dude. And oh, what's going on here? Let's see. I don't have to pay. Make my way somewhere. Find some way to cross. Oh boy, this is interesting. I think I'm gonna have to start filtering. Holy balls. What the hell? Going. Yes, interesting maneuvers. Yes, interesting border crossing. Oh, this is gonna take some doing, getting through this quickly. And on the bridge, as far as I know, it's quite tight. Let's go. We're gonna wait calmly behind this truck. Yeah, it is a shit show. Now this border crossing is usually pretty crowded, but this is something else. Really, this is something else. Oh, a train. Train that crossed the border. Nice. So trucks are on one side, cars are on the other. I'm in nowhere land. And that Mercedes driver is yeah. Oh, Greek car. A Greek not leaving room for motorcycles, for scooters. You would think they would be accustomed to them. Why are people sitting so far to the right and I have to do this kind of shit? I'm just gonna keep going until somebody from the border guard or border patrol tells me that I'm doing something bad. If I don't get told off, I'm going as far forward as I possibly can. Why? Explain to me, why are you in such a position? Really? Oh boy. Really want to see what this thing can do? Fine. As if I'm gonna be sitting around in traffic. Well, isn't this nice? People on bicycles. Now I know what you're gonna tell me. It's a double line over there. Yes, I know. Shut up. Believe me, you don't have to point out when I'm breaking the law. I know perfectly well when I'm breaking the law. But I'm not sitting around 2 hours here in this traffic. Oh, hell no. We're getting past through this border crossing in the next 10 minutes. Now granted, this bridge was in dire need of repairs, or at least I hope they're repairing it. I don't see any point where one lane is closed for repairs, because that's what I heard. One lane was closed for repairs, and yeah, that's why there's such a big traffic jam here. I'm not seeing any lanes closed for repairs, so it's basically, I think it may just be a big traffic jam because the border crossing is extremely crowded. Well, isn't that nice? We are stopped on a bridge 50 meters above Romania's biggest river. Isn't that just great? Cue all the Final Destination movies and things that can go wrong and kill you. Oh look, somebody on a boat. The bridge is so tight I cannot pass between cars. I have to wait for moments when there's nothing coming from the other side. See, I'm not completely inconsiderate, and I'm not a complete idiot. I'm just a partial idiot, and I don't always break the law. Just on occasions. Just occasionally, when I'm in a bit of a hurry, like I am right now. Let's see if we can get a little bit more distance. Hello. Thank you. One more. Cheeky. Yes, I am a very cheeky bastard, I know. Come on, you can't get mad at a little 125. Plus the sun is really burning. And I mean burning. Really properly, utterly burning. Come on, come on. Alright, again, another little cheeky pass. Well, I think we've reached the roadworks, and alright, let's get in line. This is it? All this mess on the bridge for this? Holy balls. All this mess on the... Man, that truck is barely fitting. Whew, Nelly. Oh, they are properly rebuilding the bridge. And yeah, considering what I see on this side, it's falling apart, so it was in dire need of repairs. And I see a couple of car parts on the road, plastic parts. Yeah, people were losing underside parts of their cars. That's gonna be a shit show even when I come back, but actually it might be even better when I come back, because there's a lot of room here on this side before the road work start. I won't get caught up in on the bridge again, because the bridge is tight. What are you guys doing? There is a whole different lane for cars and small bikes and everything. Okay. We might be the first... Oh, we're not the first ones at the border. What the hell? Why are cars queuing behind trucks? Trucks have different entries into the border. Never... If you're at a border crossing, never queue... Oh, really? So like I was saying, if you are at the border crossing, never ever ever queue behind a truck. Oh no. What? Let's see, motorcycles. Motorcycles. Here we go. Well, that took about 30 seconds. I just love the European Union. Come on. Oh, for fudge, keyless systems. Thank you. We basically just looked 30 seconds at my documents. And, yeah, looked at my ID card. And said, okay, you're good to go. And I am good to go. So an hour and 20 minutes after I left Bucharest, I am now fully crossed into Bulgaria, and we're gonna bomb through Bulgaria on our way to Greece. If I could only get out of the border. Come on, peeps, come on. Let's go, let's go. Our GPS still says 11 o'clock we're gonna be there, so I didn't gain any time at the border crossing. Man, the queue coming here is impressively long. Oh, it's gonna be a shit show on the way back, but I think there's room on that road to filter traffic. That's the important thing. I don't care how long the queue is. I want to be able to have room enough to filter. Man, what a shit show. What an absolute shit show. Second lane hog. Man, oh man. They've basically destroyed the city of Ruse. Holy moly. Oh, and today is a Saturday. That's why the queue coming back, because people have ended their stays in Greece. People that went on holiday for like a week or 2 weeks usually come back on a Saturday, so you have Sunday to like unpack and get yourself settled back in, so Monday you can go to work. And today is a Saturday, and yeah, 4 o'clock, people leaving, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, people leaving Greece early in the morning, and that's what happens. All right, the queue ends here. About 3-4 kilometers of queuing. That sucks. We'll see tomorrow when we come back what kind of queue I get, but for now, we are In Bulgaria, we got 514 kilometers to go to the campsite in Greece, and it's time to get the hammer down. Come on, David. You got a full tank, you got an open road ahead of you. Well, Bulgaria is pretty unladen with traffic. There is a bit of traffic, but it's I was expecting far worse than we're actually getting. So that's nice. In other news, we have covered already 120 kilometers from our fuel stop. As you can see, we've barely lost 1 bar on the fuel tank, so yeah, this thing has a lot of range. Problem with such a huge range, it doesn't give me a reason to stop when I'm cannonballing, and it's good to stop every now and then and drink a bit of water, hydrate. I did take a 2-minute break to drink some water, put in another half a liter in me, because my fuel tank in this heat isn't as big as the ADX's fuel tank. But yeah, the Scoot is running awesome. It's been almost 3 hours since we left, 2 hours and 45 minutes since we left Bucharest, and we've already covered 1/3 of the way. GPS says, Google says another 5 hours and 30 minutes, and we have knocked down about 20 minutes off the arrival time, so that's good. Maybe if I can get in into the campsite by 10 o'clock, that would be so awesome, but that means cutting down another 45 minutes. Go figure. As soon as I said the traffic wasn't all that bad, we get this. Oh well. After Veliko Trnovo, which is in like 5 or 10 kilometers, it should be a little bit better. But yeah, the Scoot is running awesome. It's becoming a bit of a tradition to ride through Veliko Trnovo. This year, this is my second time riding. First time was with the AK-550, and now with the ADX 125. And in 2022, when I went to Georgia and Armenia, once again I passed through Veliko Trnovo, and that time was with my Symphony ST200. It's a really nice place. I actually did spend a weekend here. I didn't come by Scoot, so there's no videos of it, but I actually spent the weekend here. It's quite a nice place and quite an interesting old town. It's the former capital of Bulgaria, and it's the city finds its origins, or is there's documentation proving it existed something like as far back as 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, which is really impressive. And it's built on the side of the hill, and yeah, the geography of the place is amazing. As you can clearly see above the buildings, like on the actual side of the hill. There's also a fortress here, an old castle, something like that. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Veliko. It's a good place to visit. But I ain't got time to visit anything because well, sun visor up, because we still have 400 kilometers left to go to our destination, and it's currently 5:30, so 3 hours on the road. It's a good thing this thing is extremely comfortable. I mean, I've been riding for 3 hours straight and nothing, no back aches, no ass aches, no hand aches, no nothing. I would have liked a little bit of a highway now to put the throttle lock on and leave it there, because my throttle hand, my right hand, is getting a little bit tired, but otherwise it's supremely comfortable. 3 hours in the saddle, a-okay. And that's a good thing, because we still have another 5 hours in the saddle. 5 hours and 18 minutes, this thing says. Let's not get lost around here. So we're just gonna maintain the road. Veliko Trnovo has this stretch of highway something road. It's very complicated with the exits and entries and everything. We're gonna go that way. You really have to have your wits about you so you don't make a wrong turn. But we should be fine. Yep, we're on the right path. We didn't mess up. Once again, out of Veliko, open up the taps. Come on, let me pass. once again, the ADX just munching away at the kilometers, at the miles, and covering ground very quickly. I mean, we've covered 200 kilometers in less than 3 hours with a little 125cc scooter. That's something like 200 miles in 3 hours, or about 180 miles in 3 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad pace for a 125. Or actually, what math did I do? So 200 kilometers is not 180 miles, damn it. 200 kilometers is 120 miles, okay? So 120 miles in 3 hours on roads like this, mind you. So not highways, not dual carriageways, nothing like that. No interstate, just roads like this. So that should work out to an average speed of about 3 hours, 200 kilometers. About 65 to 70 kilometers an hour, complete full average speed. And in miles, what is that? 40-45 miles an hour? I think so. It's about 40-45 miles an hour. So very good pace on the 120 on the ADX 125. And what I am liking a little bit more than my ST is its cornering abilities. I mean, it really dips into corners very nicely, and you can properly maintain some pretty high speeds going around bends. Cannonballing on the ADX 125. It had to be done. I'm pretty bummed out that I didn't get to take Donnie on this trip, and I'm pretty bummed out that the people coming out tomorrow, hopefully people come out tomorrow, I don't know, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 or 4 people. I'm not expecting like hundreds and hundreds of people. I am in no way, shape or form famous, but yeah, the couple of people that are probably going to come out, I would have loved for them to meet Donnie, but yeah, it is what it is. At least now I get a chance to properly cannonball the ADX. I know a lot of people are curious how good is the ADX at actually cannonballing, not just going on a trip or around the city. No, proper cannonballing, and we are doing some proper cannonballing right now. And first 3 hours in, nothing to complain about. And today is gonna be a 600 kilometer day, and tomorrow is gonna be something like 850 kilometers. But tomorrow we're gonna get an early start. Now, unlike today when I left basically in the afternoon because I had to go to work the first half of the day. But this is a great opportunity for me to actually try it out on a cannonball run and see if it holds up. Because I keep maintaining this scooter is special. This thing was designed by somebody who loves long distance touring on little 125s. It has everything I would wish for in a long distance touring scooter. And yeah, it comes stock on it. The huge fuel tank, the under seat storage, the suspension. The suspension is actually quite awesome on these bumpy Bulgarian roads. Especially the rear suspension is supremely comfortable, even compared to bigger scooters, even compared to my Zontes 350e to Fred. The rear suspension on this thing is a lot more comfortable. So it has a lot of things going for it, and it's time to put it to work and try and give it an actual cannonball test. And yeah, for now it's doing great, and I'm half sad that I didn't take Donnie, but I'm really glad at the opportunity to try this thing out on a proper long distance tour. You know, I've never been down this road in Bulgaria from Veliko straight down to Greece. Both times I came from Veliko and we went a little bit, what is it, westward to Sofia. But now I'm going completely down east, straight down east to Greece, and I have to say it's absolutely gorgeous. After Veliko, the terrain and the scenery is absolutely beautiful, and the road ain't half bad. There's no switchbacks, but it's very, very curvy, and you can really tie in some corners together at some pretty decent speeds. You just have to be mindful of people overtaking, but with a scooter like this, it's a little bit safer because I can easily get out of the way. But yeah, the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. We're riding through a valley through the mountains. The altitude isn't all that high that it starts getting cold, but it is a little bit cooler. Hopefully I'm not gonna get rained on this weekend. The forecast said absolutely no rain. So absolutely no rain through Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece today and tomorrow. So I should be high and dry. All I have with me is just my rain jacket, but because even if I do get wet, come on, it's 30 plus degrees outside. I'm gonna dry off immediately. As soon as the rain stops in 5 minutes, I'll be dry. I smell brake pads or clutch, one of the two. No, it smells like brakes. These hills are pretty long and pretty straight. You can really wind up some speed on them. But yeah, like I was saying, almost halfway. We still have 355 kilometers to go, about 250 kilometers done. Another 50 kilometers and we will be at the halfway point. I am gonna stop for fuel in about 150 kilometers because it's the last OMV gas station before we hit the border with Greece, and I'm gonna try to make it count. I'm gonna try to fill it up, brim it again, and then all through Greece not fuel up. I haven't done the math on how many kilometers I'm gonna do through Greece, but hopefully I don't have to fuel up because fuel is a bit more expensive in Greece than it is in Bulgaria. So I kind of prefer filling up only in Bulgaria. Hell, and it's cheaper even than in Romania, but not by much. I think the car in front of me is riding his brakes or something because I still smell brake pads. Alright, set rep. It's currently 8:30 in the evening. We are losing sunlight. I think the sun has already set, but we're still gonna have about half an hour left of sunlight. Oh, fuzz. It's the fuzz. What's the limit? 30, 60. Easy, boy. Easy, David. Shh, it's the fuzz. Nothing to see here, officer. Just a law-abiding citizen on his way to Greece. Right, so 6 hours on the road. We have covered about 400 kilometers. That's about 250 miles in 6 hours. Now that may not seem like a lot, but considering we've been riding only roads like this, no highways, and I only have 12 horsepower under my ass, it's a true testament to the way the ADX is built. I mean, this thing is absolutely bombing it down the road. It munches miles like no other 125 I have ever ridden before, and it just loves the corners, loves the high speed. The stability is amazing. The fuel range, I currently have about 360 kilometers on this tank, 359 to be exact, and we still have about a third of a tank. That's like 220, 230 miles on this fuel tank. Whoa. I thought he was on my side of the road, damn it. He could easily go up to 500 kilometers, and like I said, I have been riding him hard, and I mean properly hard. We are getting close to a fuel station. There should be a fuel station in the next town, and I'm gonna stop to refuel there because it's the last fuel station that I want to refuel. It's an OMV, and it's the last one until Greece, and I do not want to fill up in Greece. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a testament to how well this thing is built. This is a cannonballing machine. If you want to do the cannonball on a 125, I'm really, guys, for those watching in the US, I'm really sorry, SYM doesn't sell this thing in the US. Contact the SYM dealer, all of you, all of the cannonballers. Tell them you want one of these. For what we love, for what we know how to do, for what we want to do with something like this. It's just out of this world, just how good it is, straight out of the box. All you need is a luggage rack, a bit of a taller windscreen, and a GPS mount up here, and that's it. You're golden. You've got yourself a cannonball machine. Hell, it can do some of the Cannonball days on one single tank of fuel. You don't need to carry extra fuel with you. Oh yeah, I'm real sorry SYM doesn't sell this thing in the States. They probably think they don't have a market for a relatively expensive 125cc. I mean, here in Europe it's somewhere around 4,000 euros, and probably in the States it would be again somewhere in the region of $4,000, I'm guessing, with taxes and considering the sales volumes. I don't think they could get it below $4,000. Even if they went for dumping prices, I don't think they could get it below $4,000, and it might be getting just a little bit more expensive next year. But for those who love cannonballing, oh boy, is this ever the one to get. I mean, I'm basically doing the distance of a day of cannonballing, about 600 kilometers, about 400 miles in an afternoon. And its GPS is still saying I will be arriving at my destination before 11 o'clock, which is, considering I left at 2:30 in the afternoon for a 600 kilometer journey on a 125cc with just 12 horsepower. That's amazing that I can cover that kind of distance that quickly. But it's the ADX. Donnie is slower. I am gonna admit it. Donnie would have been just a little bit slower. Still would have loved to ride him, but he would have been just a little bit slower, probably about 10% slower, even though he has a little bit more torque with the bigger engine. But it doesn't have the transmission of the ADX, although the ADX is getting the head shake just as Donnie. It's because of that front tire. It's getting some abuse. It's warmed up. Now where is that fuel station? I think I should put it in my GPS. Yes, Google, I will take the second exit. You guys keep an eye out for an OMV fuel station, okay? Let me know if I pass it. I really don't want to pass it, but just in case I pass it, you write it down. I pass by it and not see it, you write it down in the comments below, okay? I'm counting on you guys, okay? Just put it down in the comments below if I pass the fuel station. Hello? I don't know, it's in Bulgaria the wave is weird. I don't think these are Bulgarian riders. No wave, no wave. Some wave. Some wave, some don't wave. I don't know. Is it not a habit here in Bulgaria to wave at other riders? Oh, there it is. OMV. Alright. Hump, hump. Let's fill up, fill up. Let's get some go-go juice inside the David. How much? 366 kilometers on one fuel tank. Super 100 plus. Oh hell no, I'm not putting super 100 plus. Let's see, this one, does it have super 95? Super 95. So super 95 is the cheap one. Okay, let's go get super 95. So which one is gonna... Now is the waiting game. Who's gonna come out first and move their car? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, people. So 9.77 liters, and that's what I call brim. Put the full fuel cap back on. Alright, let's see, 9.77. So the fuel stop is done. It's full of fuel, I'm full of water, and I did manage to get some internet. And check this out, 2.67 liters per 100 kilometers, running him as hard as he'll go. That is just some really awesome fuel economy from David, the ADX 125. But it's high time we got back on the road. We still have another 192 kilometers to go. Oh boy. What a trip. What a trip. But weather is beautiful. It's not raining. It's getting a little bit chilly now in the evening, but chilly in a good way, okay? So it's not cold. I'm not freezing. I'm actually very, very comfortable. Let's see. Back on the road, on to the Greek border. I think we're less than 100 kilometers away from the border. So we should be getting there in about an hour, and then another hour and a bit to the campsite. I don't know, we shall see. But now we get to try out the headlights. I've never ridden this scooter in the dark, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I like how the screen gets into a dark mode, and it's actually very comfortable. Now that it's getting dark, it's not distracting at all. Now, one more thing, as I was going through my phone now at the gas station, I am absolutely shocked because you know what, guys, you know, most of you, I'm trying to put together the 2025 scooter Cannonball, and I've already purchased my ticket, my entry, so I'm already entered into the Cannonball. And the plan is to ship Donnie via container to Houston, Texas, to Quasi, and then fly out there and ride him in the Cannonball. We're gonna ride from Houston to Seaside, Oregon, and then we're gonna do the Cannonball, which comes back down south to South Padre Island in Texas. It's gonna be about 2 or 3 weeks of riding, of cannonballing with Donnie in the States. It's gonna be absolutely awesome, but as you can probably tell, something like this, such an endeavor, is quite expensive. And I am trying to put together the money. I am looking for sponsors, and I just looked through my phone, and one of my members, who I know who he is also called Alex. He's a very fine gentleman. Goes by the name of One Zanglang here on YouTube. I'll put his ID here. Just sent over a donation on PayPal that's left me speechless, okay? It's amazing when you get support like this, and I'm very humbled by it. I don't know what to say, except thank you very much for the donation. I am not gonna be touching that money until it's Cannonball time, so those are gonna stay in my PayPal account. Details to PayPal and Revolut are down in the description below of every video, but I'm not gonna be touching that money until we get to the Cannonball. But man, I'm not gonna say the sum he donated, but it's significant, let's put it that way. It's extremely significant. It's not like one of your $2-3 donations, although any donation is more than welcome. I thank you all. Also, I received about 2 months ago, a donation from Rolla Cook. He's a fine gentleman from Oregon that watches my videos. Him and his wife Candice decided to help me out with another donation on PayPal, and I thank them dearly. By this way, I can thank them dearly for that as well. And Alex One Zanglang, man, you left me utterly speechless. I mean, I couldn't. I saw the sum on the screen and I almost dropped my phone. That's the level of support from somebody that basically just watches the videos, and he's also a member, so he contributes monthly through memberships, and yet he still felt the need to help me out even more. I am extremely humbled by this, and I'm left speechless, to be perfectly honest. With your help, with help of people like him, this trip can happen, and it can happen without me having to say some kind of product is the best product in the world. No, that's how you keep your favorite YouTubers independent. If you like somebody, if you like their opinions, if you want to see them succeed and go full-time YouTube, such donations really help out in maintaining YouTubers independent. Because honestly, if you want one of your favorite YouTubers to go full-time, they gotta earn a living out of this. they gotta eat somehow. They gotta pay their mortgage somehow, and they can either take sponsorships from companies, or they can take donations from their fan base and from merch and stuff like that. I am thinking about doing merch. It's a bit of complicated here with opening up a company and everything, but I am working on that. Hopefully somewhere in the winter or in the spring I can get a store going, and you guys can buy merch from me. I know, t-shirts, mugs, stickers, stuff like that. That money is also gonna go into the Cannonball effort. Yeah, that's kind of it. I just wanted to say that I was absolutely shocked when I saw the donation, and the amount of money it's absolutely humbling. And it just goes to show, if you stay true to your core values, people will rally around you. You don't have to be a sellout or anything. If you just stay true to your core values and say things as they are, be real, people will start rallying around you. Today also is the day that the channel passed 12,000 subscribers. 12,000. I can't even fathom that number. I can't even put it into context. I don't know what you guys like about my videos. I make them for me. This is what I like to watch. This is how I would like to watch a video. So basically I'm making the videos for me, and you guys are loving them and you're supporting me, and believe me, that means a lot. I've put thousands upon thousands of hours into this channel, unpaid hours, just to have memories of my journey in the two-wheeled world. And yeah, more and more of you are coming along for the ride and are supporting me on this journey, and who knows what the future holds, but I am definitely not going anywhere, and I'm gonna continue to be making videos the way I like to make videos, not the way companies want me to make videos. Even some sponsorships that I get, like products that I have reviewed, that I have received for free. Like now we're on our way to Thessaloniki to give the Chigee away to the winner of the giveaway. That product was provided by a company. Every time a company provides something, they usually send me an email with what they want to see in the video, and I utterly ignore it. I completely ignore their import, because this is my channel and these are my videos. If your product is good, I'm gonna say the good parts. If your product is bad, I'm gonna say the bad parts. I am gonna be fair though. I love being fair. There's no reason to shit on a product if it's 80% good and 20% bad. Just say it's 80% good and say the good points, and also say the bad points. But there's no need to shit on a product just for shitting on a product's sake. And that's how I plan to run my channel going forward. I am gonna try to steer as much away from sponsorships where they try to control my content, and I am not gonna allow anyone at any point to control my content. No amount of money is more important than my integrity. Well, I can say for certain the lights on the ADX are good. And it's not even completely nighttime. It's that dusk period where headlights are not really, you can't really see properly with them, because the sky is still has a bit of light. The ground is dark. It's kind of weird, but even in this situation I am seeing very, very well up ahead, so good enough that I can run at 100 kilometers an hour and feel utterly safe. Hopefully it comes out on camera, because GoPros in the nighttime, they're not so good. Anyway, I'm gonna bomb it down to the border, and we'll catch up at the border crossing, because filming at this hour you're probably not gonna see much. And we've made it, I think. Is this the border with Greece? Fucking hell, we've been climbing for the past 50 kilometers, just climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and constantly climbing. Let's see, where do they want me? as usual. All right, let's get through the border. Once again, that was quick. 1.8. You would think he had an S4. Okay. I don't know if there's another checkpoint, but this is what I love about the European Union. Basically, as a citizen of the European Union, going from country to country. Now, part of it that's in the welcome to Greece. Whoa, let's take a picture there. No. We're taking a picture. There we go. Now I think I'm gonna have to keep it. Let's park it there. Oh, this is definitely worth a picture. Too bad it's nighttime. Cable. Alright, take the phone. I don't know what we can understand of it, but high beam off. Good. Welcome to Greece indeed. Maps. What do we got? 143 kilometers left to go. 1.5 hours. GPS is saying. I kind of doubt it. But we'll see. David has surprised me with his abilities. But yeah, we're currently 6 hours into the road trip. We've done 460 kilometers in 6 hours? No, 2 to 9, 7 hours. 460 kilometers in 7 hours. I'm glad the climbing should be done. Now we should be dropping down to the coast. And hopefully you guys can see something. I don't know. I'm putting high beam on. I'm putting everything on. Hopefully you can see something. Ooh, tunnel! Woohoo! We made it to Greece. I'm real sorry Donnie didn't make it, but I'm gonna get him to Greece, okay? At one point I am taking Donnie to Greece. I just need to fix that torque drive, that goddamn torque drive. But I am taking him to Greece. Hopefully this year. 2 or 3 days road trip into Greece. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Just need to fix that bloody torque drive. 310 meter tunnel. The entry part to Greece from Bulgaria on this side is very, very mountainous, if I remember it correctly. Also, it's very close to the border with Turkey, and I saw that part when I went on my trip through Turkey and Georgia and Armenia 2 years ago. So it's very, very mountainous. Something about lights. I see some lights down yonder, but I'm pretty sure you can't see anything. There's a city somewhere over there. Pretty sure you guys can't see anything, but I can see it. And it looks absolutely beautiful as we drop down into the valley below, off the mountain, going to the seaside. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Brakes. It's a good thing this thing has some really, really big brakes on it. You drop the anchor, speed gets shaven off in a hurry. I love the Greeks. The road is zigzagging. On the Bulgarian part, in the zigzags, they said 40 kilometers an hour limit. The Greeks, 80. There are almost switchbacks on mountainsides. 80 kilometers an hour. That's the recommended or the maximum speed limit. If you can take these corners at 80, then do it. Oh, you gotta love the Greeks. Gotta love the Greeks. Gotta love them for their don't care attitude and don't give a shit attitude. If you want to kill yourself and you don't know how to take corners, at what speed to take corners, then by all means kill yourself. Natural selection, boys. They let natural selection do its job. I love that in a country. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for safety and everything, but sometimes how should I put it? Over-regulating safety makes people stop thinking about safety. Then you have idiots flying off cliffs because nobody told them that a hairpin turn can't be taken at 200 kilometers an hour because there was no bloody sign. And his brain is the size of a peanut, and he had no idea to think. He couldn't fathom the fact that a car cannot take certain corners at certain speeds. The brakes? No. Do whatever the hell you want. It's your job to think. It's your job to make sure you're safe. And I love that about him. Anyway, let's get off this mountain and onto a highway so we can crush the remaining 138 kilometers. And then find a place to sleep. Because I am saying I'm going to a campsite. As far as I know, that campsite is 25 euros and I'm only going to be sleeping for about 5 or 6 hours. I do not wish to pay 25 euros for 6 hours of sleep, okay? So I'm gonna try and sleep for free. We're gonna try to find some kind of deserted beach and put the tent on the beach, and job's a good one. Well, continue straight and take the A2 ramp. All right. Why are we sitting at green lights? Welcome to some Greek city. I have no idea what city this is, but we are going to that place. Yes, we're taking the A2 to Xanthi? That place, however you pronounce that. Now on to the highway. Greek people, hopefully your highways are cheap for scooters, for little 125cc scooters. I know there are tolls, no toll to get on, so there's probably gonna be a toll when I have to get out. And oh yeah, 110 kilometers. We're gonna sit on this highway. Finally, I can put in the cruise control and let the thing just run wild. Just run with it. Come on, David. 120 kilometers to go to my destination for tonight, and we're gonna have to find a place to pitch up a tent. That's, I don't know, barely legal as far as I know. I don't think it's legal to put a tent on the beach in Greece. I'm not gonna be a nuisance to anybody. I'm gonna try to find a secluded place to pitch up a tent and sleep. Honestly, I can just put the tent in a parking lot here, but yeah. Oh yeah, no hands. That's yeah, that's riding the highway for you. I don't have foot pegs to like turn him with my feet. Okay, come on, David. Still no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. Look, Mom, no teeth. This is gonna be a bit of a boring ride for the next 100 kilometers. I mean, highways are bad enough. Highways in the dark are absolutely boring. Now, since we're in Greece, how about I show you a toll? Because in Greece, motorcycles do not pay road tax, but we do have to pay highway tolls. And also in Bulgaria, you pay no tax whatsoever for motorcycles, road tax, and in Romania, the same thing, no road tax. In Greece, for most of the roads, again, no road tax, but for highways, you do have to pay tolls. Now, this is the second one. It does work with a card, with your phone, and you have to look always to the right hand side because the left ones are not motorcycle allowed. The second one is with the Easy Pass, and this is the one we're supposed to come to. Alright, let's see, we've been riding for about 60 kilometers. Let's see how much it costs for 60 kilometers. The previous one was about 30 kilometers and it was €1.25. Let's see this one, which is about 60 kilometers. And we're only 33 kilometers away from my destination. Yee boy, it's currently 7 minutes to 11. Distance covered about 570 kilometers. Okay, let's go. Good evening. By card. Okay. Come on. There we go. Good night. All right, and it's as simple as that. That was €1.30 for 60 kilometers. But they're not all that expensive, so I've done about 100 kilometers. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Damn it, Samsung. Damn it. Why isn't it? Oh, for bloody hell. What the hell is wrong with this phone? Now it switches. Damn it, Samsung. Alright, like I was saying, so I've done about 100 kilometers on their highways and I only paid like €2.55. Not bad. Not bad for 100 kilometers. Honestly, not bad. It's quite inexpensive. I was expecting maybe a little bit more, but €2 for 100 kilometers, €2.50 for 100 kilometers, that's not bad. Now, I've seen my fair share of interesting highways, but this is one up in the mountains, and let's just say this, the corners are much tighter than they should be on a highway. Granted, speed limit is about 80 and we're doing 80. We're doing somewhere around 80, but this is the first highway I've ever ridden where it's actually a whole lot of fun and you can do a whole lot of leaning into corners. And once again, the ADX shines. I mean, its high-speed cornering stability is much better than any other 125cc scooter. I still haven't ridden the Mamba, the MMBCU or Wild 160, however you want to call it. That has a similar suspension setup to this, but here now the ADX carving up these corners and yeah, very sure-footed. Here we go, exit 29 AG Andreas, 500 meters to go. It's been a fun highway. First part was boring, but this these last couple of kilometers was fun. Actually quite fun. But now exiting the highway. Which way? It's a little bit tight. And we make a right, we make a left. I don't know if there's an intersection. There's a car right up. Oh yes, almost there, peeps. 300 meters exit. Okay. Let's see where did I decide to stay, just by looking at satellite images. It's gonna be fun. I have no idea if this is a resort or what it is, but we're exiting. Stop. Okay. Come on. 3 kilometers to the waypoint. Let's see. It doesn't look very touristy at the moment. It doesn't look very resorty at the moment. People stopped in the middle of the road for no apparent reason. I guess it's a custom here. Now GPS says I'm only 2.5 kilometers away from the sea, but I don't see no resort. I don't see no nothing. Granted, it is nighttime, so I have no idea if I'm next to mountains or next to the sea. Zero clue whatsoever. Luckily, this thing has some really good lights, especially cornering lights. It doesn't have cornering lights per se, but the way it throws its light, you can see into corners very well. That's quite considerably better than my ST. That thing is, if you're not on high beam, it's a bit blind in the corners. A little tractor. I was expecting to see some kind of resort. Where the hell am I? High beam. Corner. And we're supposed to make a right turn here. Where the hell am I going? I have no clue where I'm going, but I see a lot of spots I can throw a tent. Where did I choose to stay? I can just throw a tent here, like under the trees. Just park it, throw a tent. Job's a good one. But I want to sleep on the beach. I really want to put my tent on the beach next to water. I haven't slept on the beach in ages. And I'm glad now that I brought a sleeping bag, because it has gotten very chilly. And I mean very, very chilly. Before I left, I kept thinking, should I take my... Oh, sand. Okay, we're close to the beach. Before I left, I kept thinking, should I take my sleeping bag or shouldn't I take my sleeping bag? Because, come on, it's August, it's Greece, it's gonna be warm, I don't need a sleeping bag. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna put it in. And, oh, here we are. I was supposed to make a left turn, and here's a left turn. Now this is a campsite, and it's, as far as I can tell, closed, or you can't book now at midnight. But it's actually a pretty nice campsite. Real nice. But let's go. This is what the ADX was made for. Let's see. Done. Parking. Well, you can enter the campsite. Where am I going? There's a lot of sand here. But where's the beach? Alright, let's check this out. Where the hell is the beach? The beach is that way. Come on, let's go. Come on, David. This campsite is nice, but we're gonna go straight to the beach. And somebody just like me camped like on the side of the campsite. Very nice way of getting some cheap accommodations. I see a ton of spaces to put a tent, and I don't think anybody's gonna mind. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Let's get some high beams going. Well, well, well. Whoa. Good thing I have proper tires. Oh man. Let's hope we don't get stuck in the sand. This is very sandy. ADX should be well and truly capable of doing it. Oh, I see tents. Perfect. Let's go this way. I don't need high beams anymore. Come on. Well, traction control is a bit of a nuisance. Let's turn it off. TC off. Good. I should have aired down my tires a little bit, but well, it is what it is. Come on, David, come on. It is digging. Alright, we're gonna push. And I think alright. This is a good spot. Let's see. Can I put him on the center stand? No. You can't put him on any stand. But there's a big ass rock here. Let's see. Seems to be holding. Alright, let's see what's here. Well, I don't know if you can see much of anything, but there are a lot of people in tents around here. And I am fully set up with the ADX and my tent. This is gonna be my accommodations for tonight. Just a simple tent, helmet, clothes, a mattress, inflatable mattress, and of course, you gotta have a pillow. That luxury comfort. And yeah, unfortunately you can't see it, but right over there is the sea. And we are on proper sand. Proper, very sandy area on the beach. Exactly what I wanted. Find a place on the beach to sleep. Now I do have about 5.5 hours of sleep until daylight. But yeah, I'm gonna make the most of it. So, hope you enjoyed the first day, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care out there, everyone. Drive safe. Bye!